Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of Trini Point of View. Just got back from Movie Town Portishead where I checked out War for the Planet of the Apes for my first time, and I would say first time because I'm going to see this a bunch of times again on the big screen, and I have to admit, War is definitely a brilliant ending to now what is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I could go on and on about War for the Planet of the Apes and this trilogy of Planet of the Apes on the whole, but that will lead me to like an hour-long review, and I'm going to try to pick out what stood out the most to me. Andy Serkis has delivered once again what is a brilliant motion capture performance, and I definitely believe, just like most other film critics out there, that he deserves some type of Oscar acknowledgement for the work that he's done in the past, and especially with Caesar in Planet of the Apes. Woody Harrelson surely gives a good performance when looked at as he's a man hell-bent on he alone is right and everybody else is always wrong. Caesar, Luca, Rocket and Maurice together on screen ensure the audience never saw apes but friends with different personalities mimicking humans in every way. The supporting characters of Bad Ape and Nova were very well written. Bad Ape was used as a much needed comic relief throughout the entire film, which was definitely an extremely emotional film, while Nova gave Caesar that bit of hope that humans and apes can coexist. This trilogy goes into my books as something special, and I'm giving War 9.5 out of 10. As for the negatives, I only have one that really stuck out to me, and that's why when the Colonel captured Caesar, I was so unsure of why didn't you kill Caesar as you captured him, because that was the goal of the entire first act. So it was kind of fishy, like you just captured him and why did you keep him around? Even with that said, everything that happens after they capture him, it's so well crafted and so well written that it's forgivable, and it actually works really well within the third act, and it really pushes the movie forward into something that really makes you think. Overall, War is a brilliant film and a fitting end to Caesar's story. The action sequences were steadily shot and never felt too over the top at no point. The chemistry between Caesar, Luca, Rocket, Maurice, Lake, who was a side character, that's Caesar's son's girlfriend, and even his youngest son Cornelius, the chemistry on screen was undeniable. The CGI, even going back to Rise and then Dawn and now War, it was like now in War for the Planet of the Apes, it was like you were watching real apes within the movie. It was so unbelievable. I actually forgot totally that these were apes, and I was so locked in on Caesar, especially just his facial expressions and the lines on his face. Everything was so unbelievable. This film really does a great job at explaining itself without much exposition scenes. As a matter of fact, there's only one exposition scene, and that scene really helps to push Harrelson's character, the Colonel, forward, especially in the third act. The score of the movie is definitely, again, from Rise and Dawn and now War. The score for War is a bit reminiscent of Dawn, but they are different twisted, and it really gets you so attached into the movie itself. And there's one scene especially when Caesar is leading his apes through the desert. It's so reminiscent of the Ten Commandments when Moses is leading his people, because the score actually invokes those thoughts into your mind. And while I was in the cinema, I actually sank back in my seat and I was like, wow, on screen what you're seeing is exactly what I remember looking at in Ten Commandments. And the music, I'm not too sure if that is the exact score that they use in the Ten Commandments or something similar to it, but that is definitely thoughts that ran through my mind at that point in time. How great Caesar is, and you know that he actually freed his people and now he's leading them to somewhere greater. My biggest takeaway is how emotionally attached I became to Caesar throughout the trilogy, and especially in War. And not only Caesar I became attached to all the apes, because when they killed Caesar's wife and his son, I really felt it. I was like, no way, how? And that you can actually feel, and the emotion, you understand why he's out for revenge. I know it's a hard pill to swallow at the end of the film, at the end of Caesar's trilogy, but you know what, it is what it is. As for now, I hope Matt Reeves returns to this world and gives us a couple more films before they actually reach 1968 Planet of the Apes, because I definitely think the road that they're on, this film this saga could only go up from here. Alright guys, thanks for checking out another installment of Trini Point of View. There was so much I wanted to say, but as I said, the review could go on forever, because this is going to be one of my favorite trilogies along with Lord of the Rings and The Dark Knight. So whatever you thought about it, hit me a comment down below, hit me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell down at the bottom so you get notifications anytime I post new videos. And as usual, see you again. One more thing, I just want to shout out my boy Lee at KTV. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely hit him up right now. You're going to get the link in the description box, and you'll get all your skits, your latest reviews, and a couple challenges in between. And so for Lee, Bam. What do you say about that? That is a curtain. So, as for that, peace.